candidates of the class of 2001, rise and greet your faculty.
Deacon Napolitano, Governor Almond, Congressman Patrick Kennedy, Congressman James Langevin, Rhode Island College Class of 1990, Secretary of State Edward Inman, Rhode Island College Class of 1983, members of the General Assembly, members of the Board of Governors, Sarah Dowling, Frank Caprio, James DePreet, Frank Flaherty, Elia Germani, John Howell, Thomas Izzo, Rhode Island College Class of 1964, Michael Ryan, Rhode Island College Class of 1974, Deborah Smith and Jessica Tempest, Rhode Island College Class of 2002, Commissioner of Higher Education William Holland, honorary degree recipients, other distinguished platform guests, alumni, trustees of the foundation, members of the faculty, staff, and administration, parents, spouses, relatives, and friends of the degree recipients, and members of the class of 2001. I welcome you to the spring commencement of Rhode Island College in its 147th year. The convocation will begin with the singing of our national anthem led by Mr. Thomas P. Conlon. Following the anthem, please remain standing for the invocation, which will be given by Deacon Michael Napolitano, College Chaplain.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Oh Lord, we have much to be thankful for: our education, our family, our friends, the experiences which have helped us to grow in knowledge and acceptance of ourselves and others, and all who have nourished us and made this day possible. Give us the courage to use our gifts and skills for the good of humankind. Challenge us to be seekers of peace and justice. Let our ideas grow and shape themselves without undue haste, and not try to force them. Aid us to teach what we have learned. Support us in difficult times, as you did with the loss of Jeffrey Shuttleworth and Deborah Griffith. Make us witnesses to the memory and goodness of our departed friends, and renew our spirits for the days to come. Give us the trust to look to the future with hope, remember the past with gratitude, and celebrate the present with joy. We envision the future with anticipation and excitement. Walk with us now and always on our journey. Amen.
Please be seated. I would like to thank Mr. Conlon for his performance and Deacon Napolitano for today's invocation. To Deacon Napolitano, let us also extend our heartfelt sympathies on the loss of his father earlier this week. And may we all share a moment of silence to remember those who have helped us along the way, but whose passing enables them to join us today only in spirit. Thank you. To bring you greetings of the state, it is my privilege to present the Honorable Lincoln C. Almond, Governor of the State of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations. Governor Almond.
Thank you. You tell me when. Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much, President Nazarian, Congressman Kennedy, Congressman Langevin, Commissioner of Higher Education Bill Holland, Sally Dowling, the Chair, and the members of the Board of Governors of Higher Education. Today's honorary degree recipients, my sincere congratulations, and a special welcome to Stephen Janger, the founder, president, and CEO of Close Up Foundation. Welcome to Rhode Island once again. Today we celebrate an important milestone in the class of 2001, a milestone that highlights your strong devotion to achieving your academic goals and to fulfilling your dreams. Without question, this day will forever live on in your hearts. Cherish the memories. Maintain the friendships that you've fostered and developed, and keep the professors who have inspired you along the way at the forefront of your minds. Throughout your years at Rhode Island College, you've learned countless lessons, and here's one more from the governor. Jane Goodall, a renowned wildlife researcher, once said, "Above all, we must realize that each of us makes a difference with our life. Each of us impacts the world around us every single day. We have a choice to use the gift of our life to make the world a better place or not to bother." Graduates, from this day forward, you can impact the world around you every single day, no matter if it's on the job, in your neighborhood, or at your child's school. When you choose to go the extra mile at work, that can affect the company's bottom line. When you choose to participate in beach cleanups, crime watches, or food drives, that enhances the quality of life for all of us. When you volunteer to serve on the PTA, that can help change the face of education. In the years to come, you will have the opportunity to help shape your community, to raise your voice in support of issues, and to stand tall for what is right. You have the knowledge, the power, and the determination to join our collective mission to build a brighter future for all to enjoy. The choice is yours. Do it. As you've been expanding your horizons here at Rhode Island College, I've been working with the Board of Governors and the presidents of our colleges to take the necessary measures to strengthen our institutions of higher education, which are so important to the future of the state of Rhode Island. Here at Rhode Island College, we have the new Nazarian Performing Arts Center, and let me congratulate Rhode Island College on a wonderful new building here on this campus, named for a person who was so deserving. We will be reconstructing buildings to serve as homes for the School of Social Work and the Center for Management Technology. We are renovating structures on the eastern portion of the campus, which will pave the way for new administrative offices. And additionally, we will be renovating and expanding the Student Union, and this summer, we will begin work on Woolard and Thorpe Halls. These are just some of the steps that we're taking to move Rhode Island College forward, which is so important to the future of the state of Rhode Island. My thanks, my sincere thanks to President Nazarian, his staff, and the faculty for their outstanding leadership of this wonderful institution. My sincere congratulations to you, the members of the class of 2001. I know this is a very, very proud day for you and for your families. I certainly wish you the best in all of your future endeavors. Congratulations.
I'm not quite as tall. Thank you, Governor. To greet you on behalf of the Board of Governors for Higher Education, it is my pleasure to present its Chairman, Sarah T. Dowling. Ms. Dowling.
I know, that's perfect. Good morning. Governor Almond, Congressman Kennedy, Congressman Langevin, Secretary of State Inman, President Nazarian, honorary degree recipients, distinguished guests, and members of the graduating class of 2001. I bring joyful greetings and congratulations from the Board of Governors for Higher Education, which is charged with the governance of the state's public higher education institutions, including our beloved Rhode Island College. This is an unpaid board that devotes literally hundreds of hours each year to ensure that all Rhode Islanders be given access to affordable, excellent higher education. Many of my fellow governors are here today. I'd like to ask them to stand and be recognized, and after I've introduced them all to you, you might want to give them a round of applause in appreciation of all their hard work and dedication. So in alphabetical order, here they are. Please greet Vice Chairman and Chair of the Board's Finance Facilities Committee, Judge Frank Caprio. James Dupree, who is, you can applaud later when they all get up. Otherwise, we'll have a contest, who got the most applause, I'll be in big trouble. James Dupree, who is the Chair of the Board of Regents. Frank Flaherty, who is the Chairman of the Board's Personnel Committee. Aaliyah Germani, the Chair of the Board's Academic Affairs Committee. John Howell, a member of the Board's Academic Affairs Committee and its delegate to the Rhode Island Higher Education Assistance Authority. Senator Tom Izzo, a member of the Board's Academic Affairs and Government Relations Committee. Michael Ryan, Chair of the Board's Finance Committee. Deborah Smith, Chair of the Board's Student Affairs Committee. And Rhode Island College's own Jessica Tempest. Please give them a warm welcome. It's a great board. It's a great board. To the graduating class, the board is proud of you. We're proud of your accomplishments. We're also proud of Rhode Island College. It's a well-managed institution. It's focused on its mission. It's dedicated to teaching and learning. We're continually impressed with the quality of your faculty, and we're very appreciative of the fine stewardship of John Nazarian. We hope that as you graduates go forth, you'll remember where you came from. This college provides a high-quality educational opportunity for all Rhode Islanders. It gave you the opportunity to gain certain technical skills, which will make you more marketable in the workplace. It gave you the opportunity to develop leadership skills, which we hope you will use for the benefit of the people of our state. But most of all, it gave you the opportunity to taste the joy of learning for its own sake, the opportunity to participate in the creation and appreciation of the visual and the performing arts, the opportunity to learn to think critically, to question thoughtfully, and to analyze the statements of others with a healthy degree of skepticism. These tools will be valuable to you as you set out on a road of lifetime learning, for statistics show us that many of you will continue your education at various times during your lives. The very changing and challenging nature of our society demands that you do so. So remember your roots in this college. Come back often. Become active in the Alumni Association. Work with the Rhode Island College Foundation so that you can develop private resources which will insulate the college from the ebb and flow of governmental funds. Subscribe to the many excellent performing arts series. In short, keep in touch. This is your college. It gave you a chance. Now it's your turn to show your appreciation for the fine education you have obtained by supporting those who follow you. Enjoy the day and God bless.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. At this time, I would like to take a few moments to share with you a few thoughts on this grand occasion. Let me begin by thanking our public officials, and especially Governor Almond, members of the General Assembly, the Board of Governors for Higher Education, Commissioner Holland, and the citizens of Rhode Island for their steadfast support of Rhode Island College and its mission as the state's college of opportunity. We have heard a lot during our commencement activities about change. On January 1st of this year, we did more than turn the page of a calendar. While you may not have gotten this impression from the popular media, you are in fact the first class to graduate in the new century, and accordingly, the new millennium, 2001. That's better. Many of you may be familiar with a film that was released in 1968 entitled 2001, A Space Odyssey. Most people were dazzled by the film's special effects, which were quite advanced for their day. But the theme, based on a short story by Arthur C. Clarke, was really the story of the evolution of humankind. It theorized about how our species may have evolved from apes to humans to some advanced form of life by reaching certain mileposts. In the film, these mileposts were symbolized by the monoliths that were discovered each in its turn, signaling that civilization was ready to advance to the next stage. A work of fiction, to be sure, but one that is rich in symbolism. Aside from the year of the title, 2001, how does this 33-year-old film relate to our commencement ceremony today? May I suggest that the relationship is very much like that of the statuary outside the college's new Center for the Performing Arts, which was dedicated last September. You've seen the work, a series of 5 sculptured stones, beginning with a flattened stone in the courtyard and extending to an elongated stone set closest to the outside edge of the great lawn. Each of the stones contains the same volume, but as the width of the stones diminishes, the height increases. The title of that statuary is Metamorphosis. The artist's concept is that each of the stones represents a stage of a student's college education. The first, flattest stone represents the student entering as a freshman, and the last stone represents the graduating senior, physically similar, yet at the same time having undergone an obvious transformation. Like the stages of the civilization in the film 2001, represented by the monoliths, the stones of metamorphosis depict change and growth. Members of the class of 2001, the degree you will receive today also represents a milestone in your life. It indicates to the world that you have taken on a challenge, that you have succeeded, and that you are ready for what comes next. It is now up to you to write the next chapter. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration of Rhode Island College, let me offer my very best wishes for what lies ahead. I have every confidence that you are well prepared for the future. And at this time in the ceremony, we pay tribute to the class celebrating the 50th anniversary of its graduation. Will the members of the class of 1951 please rise, and may I invite the audience to join me in recognizing those members of our Golden Anniversary class who are present today. I have always looked up to the class of 1951 because they were the college's senior class when I was a freshman. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to present Ann Barry and Hulu Mirakowski Moore, members of the class of 1951, who will make a special presentation to the college on behalf of the Golden Anniversary class.
President Nazarian, honored platform guests, members of the class of 1951, and graduating seniors. The members of the class of 1951 offer congratulations to today's students. You are being graduated from a college far different from the one we attended. We had few choices: early childhood, elementary education, or secondary education. And we had a two-building campus, one of them Henry Barnard and one a classroom, the site now of the Providence Place Mall. You have had many choices of majors and minors and an extensive campus to enjoy. But I doubt that you will have fonder memories of your college days than we of ours. We hope you've appreciated your years at Rhode Island College, and they will form the foundation of a life both personally and professionally fulfilling. And 50 years from now, we hope some of you will return to this campus and celebrate your reunion. We, the members of the class of 1951, only hope that your college friendships and memories will be as important to you as ours have been to us. President Nazarian, I present Helu Moore, who will present to you the college gift.
Thank you.
Is it real or is it plain out?
We're going to Cancun.
Thank you. I have an envelope, but it has a number on it. Do you want me to announce that? Or rather, is it over there? No? No? The answer is they're going to Cancun. On behalf of the college, I thank you for sharing your thoughts with us today and for your generous support for your alma mater. Dr. John J. Salises, Vice President for Academic Affairs, will now present the candidates for honorary degrees.
Mr. President, as the college's Chief Academic Officer, it is my privilege to present to you the candidates for honorary degrees. In granting these degrees, we welcome these esteemed individuals to our college family and look forward to their joining us and participating in future activities at what will now be their alma mater. We are honored to have such accomplished individuals join the Rhode Island College community and especially delighted to welcome them today. Dr. Nazarian will now confer honorary degrees upon our special guests. As I present our candidates, the Vice President for Administration and Finance, Dr. Leonore A. DeLucia, and the Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, Dr. Gary M. Penfield, will assist me in the hooding. Mr. President, I have the honor to present for the honorary degree of Doctor of Business Administration, J.L. Lynn Singleton.
So they can take a picture. Get a little closer. Yeah. Jalen Singleton, arts impresario, business executive, civic leader. When one thinks of Providence as a mecca for the arts, it is easy to forget that but for the extraordinary leadership of a relatively few individuals, some of the most prominent jewels of the city's cultural life would simply not exist. The Providence Performing Arts Center is unquestionably one of those jewels, and you, Lynn Singleton, as its president, are widely considered to be the individual whose vision and management acumen are most responsible for its rebirth. Before your rise to prominence as a cultural impresario, you served from 1976 to 1981 at Rhode Island College, where you directed student activities, programming, and the Student Union. Many alumni from that era remember this as a golden age of popular concerts on campus, with such artists as Dickie Betts, Commander Cody, Nicolette Larson, Jimmy Buffett, the J. Giles Band, somebody remembers, yeah. Martin Mull, the Patti Smith Group, Elvis Costello, and others appearing on our campus for memorable performances. After leaving the college, you accepted a position as executive director of the Monroe Civic Center in Louisiana, where you doubled the number of event dates and increased revenue by 150%. Upon your return to Providence in 1983, you took the helm of the Providence Performing Arts Center and undertook a $10 million stage expansion project that enabled the theater to book such traveling Broadway hits as The Phantom of the Opera and Miss Saigon. Such presentations helped build the theater's Broadway subscriber base from 871 in 1984 to over 12,000 today. In tripling the number of event days, you initiated such events as free educational shows for middle school students, family programming, and free Wurlitzer organ concerts. You also initiated a major restoration of the Grand Lobby, Arcade, and Auditorium. In 1986 and 1987, your work was recognized by the trade publication Performance Magazine by naming PPAC as Theater of the Year. In 1988, you established a wholly owned, for-profit subsidiary of PPAC known as Professional Facilities Management, which you serve as president. This corporation has secured management contracts with performing arts facilities in cities across the country. In 1998, you became associate producer of the stage play Peter Pan, starring Kathy Rigby, which was nominated for a Tony Award in 1999. Highly active in your profession and in the community, you are a member of the Executive Committee of the League of American Theaters and Producers and hold voting status for the prestigious Antoinette Perry Tony Award. In 1995, you became the first recipient of Mayor Cianci's Renaissance Award for highest achievement in the arts. Other credits, to name a few, include Chair of the Providence Film Commission, Director of First Night Providence, Director of Dance Alliance Rhode Island, and Trustee of the Rhode Island College Foundation. Truly, you have established yourself as a major contributor to the state's cultural renaissance, of which Rhode Island College, with its highly regarded performing arts program, is a part. Therefore, by the authority vested in me and with the concurrent action of the Board of Governors for Higher Education and the faculty of Rhode Island College, I confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Business Administration with all of its associated rights, privileges, and honors. I present you with this diploma and cause you to be vested with the insignia of the hood. Congratulations. Thank you, Chief. Doctor, congratulations.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present for the honorary degree of Doctor of Fine Arts, Thomas Seguras.
Tom, stand here while they take a picture. Okay. Stand a little bit closer to me. There you are. Thomas Seguras, celebrated artist and educator, Thomas Seguros, in a state known for its abundance of artistic talent, you are unquestionably one of Rhode Island's greatest treasures, one that we are proud to share with the world. Born in Chicago and raised in Cambridge, Massachusetts, like many young people of the era, you enlisted in the military and following your tour of duty began your college education, first attending the Massachusetts College of Art and later receiving a BFA from the Rhode Island School of Design in 1950, after which you were called back into service during the Korean conflict. Upon your return from the Far East, you began a long career as an illustrator in Boston and later Manhattan, working for major advertising agencies such as Young and Rubicam, and on accounts of giant corporations such as Ford, TWA, General Electric, and Coca-Cola. During this phase of your career, you also drew storyboards for television and had paintings published in Reader's Digest. Your talent brought your prominence as a serious artist, while at the same time your natural abilities led you to the classroom to teach others your craft. In the 1960s, you returned to the Rhode Island School of Design as a faculty member, where for 2 decades you served as head of the illustration department, and today you serve as Helen Danforth Distinguished Professor. To date, your work has received 28 awards, including the Webster Award of Honor and the Hatfield Award of the Boston Watercolor Society, the Ranger Fund Purchase Prize of American Watercolor Society, the Providence Art Club Medal, and the St. Cuthbert's Award of the Pennsylvania Watercolor Society, and have earned first award in the Grand National Watercolor Exhibition. First elected to the American Watercolor Society in 1954, you have been elected to that organization's board of directors and have also been awarded the Society's CFS Medal. In addition, your work has been featured at 18 solo exhibitions. Your art is part of the permanent collection of 7 museums of art, including museums located in Cleveland, Anchorage, Jacksonville, Waterville, Maine, as well as in Rhode Island. In addition, your work is exhibited as part of the corporate collections of 6 major firms located in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania. More recently, your new work has been shown at the Virginia Lynch Gallery in Tiverton and at the Providence Art Club, and your lifetime of artistic achievement has been recognized with a 2001 Pell Award for Artistic Excellence. Though your eyesight may have failed long ago, you continue to paint from your amazing memory, proving that, as an artist, your vision will always be undiminished. It is with great pride that Rhode Island College today recognizes your many achievements. Therefore, by the authority vested in me and with the concurrent action of the Board of Governors for Higher Education and the faculty of Rhode Island College, I confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Fine Arts with all of its associated rights, privileges, and honors. I present you with this diploma and cause you to be invested with the insignia of the degree. Tom, congratulations. There are 2 misprints in that thing, so we'll have to fix that. All right. The R on watercolor didn't come out right, so anyhow. Thanks very much. Congratulations. Thank you for coming.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present for the honorary degree of Doctor of Science, Thomas F. Banchoff.
You want to take a picture first? That's it. Thomas Francis Banchoff. champion of mathematics education, mathematician, and distinguished professor. In a news article published on the occasion of your being named as Professor of the Year by the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching, you were lauded for making math come alive for 3 decades of students. Indeed, your career has been devoted to the creative and effective teaching of mathematics, not only for those who are unusually proficient in the subject, but also for those who suffer from the deepest form of math anxiety. That's me. Did you hear that? A notable mathematician in your own right, you were educated at the University of Notre Dame, where you earned your BA in mathematics, and at the University of California, Berkeley, where you earned your MA and PhD, also in mathematics. You have authored over 50 research articles and 3 significant books: Introduction to Flatland, Beyond the Third Dimension, and Linear Algebra Through Geometry, and serve as associate editor of 4 professional publications. In addition, your film, The Hypercube, won the Prix de la Recherche Fondamentale at the Brussels Festival of Scientific and Technical Films. As a teacher, you have served as Benjamin Pierce Instructor at Harvard, Fulbright Postdoctoral Fellow at the Universiteit van Amsterdam, and visiting professor at such institutions as UCLA, the Technical University of Denmark, and Yale, prior to your arrival at Brown University, where you served as Walter H. Annenberg Professor of the Year in 1998. Your outstanding teaching ability is reflected by Danforth and Woodrow Wilson Fellowships, selection by the Brown class of 1976 for the Senior Teaching Citation, earning the 1978 Lester Ford Award for Outstanding Expository Writing, being honored by Dickinson College in 1987 with the Joseph Priestley Medallion, recognition by the Brown faculty in 1993 with the Bray Award for Teaching Excellence in Sciences, awards from the Mathematical Association of America in both 1995 and 1996, and recognition in 1998 by Fairfield University with an honorary degree. In 1999, you were elected president of the Mathematical Association of America, the National Association for Mathematics Education, and brought that organization's annual Math Fest to Providence in the summer of 1999. In addition to your celebrated work as a mathematician and mathematics educator, you also serve on the Society for Values in Higher Education, and your community service includes membership on the governing board of Common Cause of Rhode Island, where you spearheaded the successful effort to bring about merit selection of judges for state courts in the early 1990s. Thomas Banchoff, you are truly a multi-dimensional individual, and Rhode Island College, with whose faculty you have worked extensively over the years, is proud to recognize your many contributions to the profession of education, the field of mathematics, and to the state. Therefore, by the authority invested in me with the concurrent action of the Board of Governors for Higher Education and the faculty of Rhode Island College, I confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Science with all of its associated rights, privileges, and honors. I present you with this diploma and cause you to be vested with the insignia of the degree. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good luck on your trip. Have fun tonight and tomorrow and so on and so
You
forth.
too.
Thank you.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present for the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service, Stephen A. Janger.
You want to take a picture? Stephen Allen Janger, civic education pioneer. In his Gettysburg Address, Abraham Lincoln exalted our nation's form of government, quote, of the people, by the people, and for the people, recognizing that the very foundation of our political liberty was based upon an active, involved citizenry. 30 years ago, you, Stephen Janger, watched as informed public participation in civic endeavors began to decline. A former instructor at the American Community School of Paris, with additional service with the United States Department Office of Special Protocol Services, you understood, as Lincoln did, that our nation would remain strong as long as the founders' vision of involved citizenship could be sustained. You decided to act. Together with your wife, Kathy, and your brother, Stanford, you developed the framework for what would become the nation's largest nonprofit, nonpartisan civic education organization. You felt that if young people could become immersed in an intensive civics curriculum, leading to a first-hand, on-site, close-up look at our federal government in Washington, D.C., a new generation of citizen activists might be engendered. That vision became the Close-Up program, and to date, some 550,000 individuals have participated and have taken a heightened level of knowledge, enthusiasm, and sense of empowerment back to their communities in every state of the country. Under your leadership, the Close-Up Foundation has raised over $120 million for scholarships to enable special student constituencies and their teachers to participate in the Close-Up seminars, including students from low-income families, recent immigrants, children of migrant worker families, adjudicated youth, hearing or visually impaired and non-ambulatory students, Native Americans, and non-English speaking students. You inaugurated an intergenerational program whereby young people could learn alongside senior citizens. More than 20 years ago, you pioneered a continuing series of issue-oriented public affairs television programs in cooperation with C-SPAN, which now reaches 75 million households. You have also directed an award-winning series of academic publications in the social studies that are used in thousands of high schools, colleges, and libraries across the country. In addition, your legacy includes a network of state and local civic education programs that annually involve more than 100,000 participants. Other accomplishments include a classroom-based civic education community service program that reaches more than 1 million elementary and middle school students annually, and a national civic education program and academic competition that involves more than 150 high school students each year. As a public institution of higher education in a state that was among the first to participate Close-Up, Rhode Island College declares its deep appreciation for your lifelong efforts to strengthen our political system through innovative civic education programs. Therefore, by the authority vested in me and with the concurrent action of the Board of Governors for Higher Education, the faculty of Rhode Island College, I confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service with all of its rights, privileges, and honors. I present you with this diploma and cause you to be vested with the insignia of the degree.
Thank you, Vice President. Thank you. That's very much.
Call you right back.
Okay. Great.
Thank you.
And now, for the purpose of presenting the commencement address for 2001, I give you Dr. Stephen A. Janger. Dr. Janger.
Thank
Thank you, President Nazarian. What a spectacular day. I'm so excited about being here that I probably will forget what I have to say. Good morning to all of you, the class of 2001. Is anyone besides myself just a little bit excited about today? I thought you might be. A teacher was once asked, what was the shortest biography ever written? He said it was the life of Socrates in 2 sentences. Socrates gave advice and long speeches. His friends poisoned him. Now, I'm not going to compare my philosophies to those of Socrates, at least today. I will take the liberty of viewing you as my friends. Therefore, I won't be making a long speech or giving much advice. I wondered what would push your button. I guess it was that one little phrase. I'm truly honored to be here with the Rhode Island College class of 2001. It's very moving for me, personally and professionally, to be recognized with the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service in recognition of my work in civic education and in commemoration of the 30th anniversary of the Close-Up Foundation. I'm grateful to President Nazarian and to Rhode Island College just for the honor of being here on this glorious day. I have great admiration for the broad range of academic programs of the college at both the undergraduate and graduate levels, and in particular, your very strong focus on the professional development of teachers and educational leaders. Our mission, as President Nazarian indicated at the Close-Up Foundation, is to motivate and try to inspire individuals to become more active, engaged citizens of our democracy, citizens from all walks of life, from underserved constituencies throughout the United States. As the nation's largest nonprofit, nonpartisan civic education organization, I'm proud to say that Close-Up has very strong ties to Rhode Island. Nearly 8,500 Rhode Island students and teachers have joined the more than 550,000 from across this nation and around the world who've participated in our Close-Up Washington Government Studies program. Thousands of other Rhode Islanders have taken part in a statewide civic education initiative known as Insight. In all, a very large percentage of those participants have gone on to be public service leaders in this state and throughout the country. Are there any Close-Up alums here in the audience at all? I see a couple hands. I'm delighted. I'd like to know where you're from and when you came on the program. I first came to Rhode Island in 1973 when we introduced Close-Up to Rhode Island. And Rhode Island has pioneered a number of program innovations and developments of which we're very proud. For example, in 1974, the very first year that Rhode Island participated in the Close-Up program, 2 young ladies came down from the Rhode Island School for the Deaf. We'd had no experience with young students who were hearing impaired. Those 2 young ladies literally knocked us off our socks. I mean, they were just absolutely spectacular. And what they did is they gave us the courage to go ahead and bring in schools for the deaf from all over the United States into this program. 16,000 hearing impaired students, I'm pleased to say, have participated in this program alone since those 2 young ladies from the Rhode Island School for the Deaf came on the program. It was then, in 1973, when I first visited Rhode Island, that I fell in love with this beautiful state and its wonderful leaders. Now, we've all heard the expression that democracy is not a spectator sport, that we're all players. Sometimes it can really be a cliche, it can be trite, but it's still very true. It was this belief that led me to establish Close-Up 3 decades ago during an era of conflict, confusion, and intense youth activism, largely fueled by this country's involvement in Vietnam. At that time in our nation's history, when we were also interested in expanding rights for minorities and more rights for women, it also gave rise to the movement to expand voting rights for young people by lowering the voting age. Thus, the 26th Amendment, which secured voting rights for 18, 19, and 20-year-olds, was passed. Like close-up, the 26th Amendment turns 30 this year. The 26th Amendment was ratified faster than any other amendment to the Constitution. A short 100 days. I believed, many believed, my friends believed, hopefully that young people would add a measure of energy and idealism to the electoral process. Political debates and arguments in favor of lowering the voting age were distilled into several key points. Two of the key issues were that 18-year-olds were subject to the draft, were treated like adults in most other respects, therefore, they should have the right to vote. Additionally, many believed that granting younger citizens the right to vote would redirect the energy and some of the anger of America's young people into electoral politics, and in the process revitalize the political culture. And so, the amendment was enacted, and millions upon millions of young people were empowered to be part of the process, and the franchise that just generations before had been expanded to include African Americans and women was now thought to be complete. I wish I could tell you that the high expectations associated with the adoption of the 26th Amendment have been realized. But the fact is today that the majority of American young people are unlikely to exercise the most basic tool of political participation, the right to vote. Overall, youth voting has declined significantly since that very first election after the amendment was passed, the 1972 election, when almost 50% of 18 to 25-year-olds cast a ballot. In the most recent election of 2000, it's estimated that far fewer than 30% of that same age group went to the polls. Now, I could spend a lot of time this morning talking about low voter turnout and political apathy because it's what I do. But it's really not the day for it. You had your share of it. We all had our share of it in this past election. We realized that for the first time ever after Florida, irrespective of political party or politics in general, that every vote does count. And in this great country where you can make a difference, you should make a difference. It's really the only way to change things, if you want to change things. And the blessing of our system, with all of its warts, and there are problems, is that it does take input. But you have to get involved to make input. Politics is a sport for players, not spectators. Now, my favorite story about the recent election is very personal, not super sophisticated. It's a spin from the second grade from my very own granddaughter, Haley, who's now 8 and was 7 when the election took place. In her second grade class, they were discussing the election and writing a paragraph or two about it. Here's what she wrote. Actually, part of the problem is that some guy named Chad is messing up the whole works. I heard something about him going around and fooling with the voting machines, and now they're all clogged up, and everyone's all mad, especially lots of grandmas and grandpas, because they all have to carry signs. I bet Chad's feeling pretty bad, but maybe not too sad because I heard he's pregnant. My absolute favorite description of the longest election in our history. And on this day of days, to the faculty, my warmest congratulations for your constancy of purpose, for your achievement in turning out this class of 2001, whose collective years of productivity, if we just think about it for a few moments, will touch and influence so many in this great country. From my perspective, yours is the most noble profession of all. And once again, you've responded to continue to fill the reservoir of our cultural and intellectual strength. You have our deepest gratitude and admiration. And to the class of 2001, well, you're the stars today. You're an inspiration to all of us. Every class like you in this country is an inspiration. What you've achieved today is a stepping stone, a huge stepping stone, an earned ticket to opportunity. It doesn't mean that society will be beating on your door with blank checks. It does mean that a lot of new and some very fascinating directions are going to be open to you. Somewhere in this process, as you seek out your future, it's really important that you're honest with yourself about what you're really interested in and what really motivates you, what you enjoy, what gets your motor running, what you want to do, not what you believe your parents, your family, your teachers, or society want or think that you should do. I wish I could say to each and every one of you that every one of you will achieve great things in whatever you select to do. I know I'm not the first to tell you that you may not, but you don't have to achieve greatness to be happy and be successful. Most of us hit a plateau of happiness, success, and measurable productivity without ever flirting with greatness. As you move away from this glorious day and you step into the first day of the rest of your lives, you're probably wondering about that strange little feeling in your stomach. Is it excitement? Too much partying last night? Too much anticipation about tonight? Or is it just a tad of fear of the future? Fear of the unknown is pretty normal. Fear of failure with the expectations you're creating because of today is pretty normal also. And at the risk of creating a frown or two from your parents, I believe it's not the ultimate sin to not know exactly what you want to do. A few decades ago, as the oldest grandson and first college graduate from 4 Jewish immigrant grandparents who had somehow or another ended up in Oklahoma City at the turn of the last century, I didn't have a clue as to what I wanted to do. I knew I didn't want to be an attorney, didn't want to be a doctor, didn't want to go into my dad's business. I thought I wanted to teach or work with young people in some way. I thought also that it would be hard to explain to my family, particularly my grandfathers, who had seen the hard reality of life. But they got it. They got the message, and they said, go do it. Go for it. That's what this country is all about. That's why we came to this country. Now, maybe some of you aren't exactly certain what you want to do. What I'm trying to say is you'll find the right path. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. The only thing you really need to do is work at it. This country, for the most part, has always passionately embraced and rewarded effort, initiative, perseverance, and integrity. It will always embrace those characteristics. I hope that some of you will test out the public service arena of this country's great nonprofit sector. America is first, in case you didn't know it, first among nations in the world with its unique nonprofit sector. These public service opportunities, among which I would include education and government service, exist coast to coast. They can be vibrant and life-fulfilling. Take a look at some of them. So how do we leap with confidence from this day where you're sitting today and get on with your lives? I need some help to do that. I'm reminded of the wonderful ambiguity of Abraham Lincoln's statement in his 1865 inaugural address regarding the progress of the Civil War, when Lincoln wrote and said, with high hopes for the future, no prediction in regard to it is ventured. Well, I think we can do much better than that. I think we can predict your future. I'm a great admirer of Abraham Lincoln, but that's a little bit too neutral. You can predict your future. Something will inspire you. Something will launch you. Something will motivate you. I could get personal and tell you about the most motivating, memorable experience of my own life. I was a junior in high school, younger than you, in Oklahoma City. We were sent down to the auditorium to listen to a junior senator by the name of Hubert Humphrey, who'd come in from Oklahoma City just to talk to a group of students. I listened. I thought the man was talking to me. He was actually talking to 500 of us. But I really thought he was talking to me, and what he did was talk about the country. He talked about the country's greatness. He talked about the fact that the very best for me was yet to come. He said that to every student in that room. And I believed him, that the very best was yet to come. And more than 25 years later, when Close-Up had started, I listened to him speak to thousands of Close-Up students and give the same message, that for all of you sitting right here, the very best is yet to come. And he added one thing: don't let anybody tell you that a life fulfilled is dependent upon turning the clock back to the good old days. He says, because I'm a product of the good old days, and some of them weren't so good. There was more disease. There was more bigotry. There was more discrimination. There was less knowledge, less opportunity, less communication. So he said, start from where you are today and tell yourself, for me, the very best is yet to come, because I believe for you that the very best is yet to come. Winston Churchill once said, in speaking to a group of young graduates, you'll make all kinds of mistakes over and over again. But as long as you are generous and true and fierce in your determination, you cannot hurt the world or even seriously distress her. She was made to be wooed and won by youth. It's all part of the very best is yet to come. Now, all you all have to do is go out there and achieve it. Congratulations to each and every one of you.
Thank you, Dr. Jenger, for sharing those inspired and inspiring thoughts with us today. And we are all honored that you are able to join us and to participate in our celebration. And now, I call upon Mr. Robert J. Lanzieri, Jr., President of the Class of 2001, to speak for the degree candidates.
Well, if you thought that was short, then don't worry about me. Good morning, my fellow graduates, family, friends, administration, faculty, and staff. Our years at Rhode Island College have come and gone just as fast as they told us they would. Over these years, we have developed many memories. The weekends, especially when the inflatables worked, numerous Montreal trips, concerts, and of course, Senior Week, which ends today, where many of us have made new friendships and strengthened old ones. Commencement puts an end to our collegiate careers. This is the beginning of the end. Many of us will pursue fields such as education, law, business, politics, medicine, and phys ed, to name a few. Even though we are moving on, we should never forget where we came from, especially our college years. Don't forget the college itself and the people you met. After all, these are the people who you really grew up with. They have been there for you in the best and worst of times. Here at Rhode Island College is where we matured and gained the knowledge that we will carry with us for the rest of our lives. When you look back on these years, you will realize that they have been the best years of your life. So I bid you farewell and wish you luck in whatever you do, and hope to see you at the reunion. Just remember, this may be the beginning of the end, but the best is yet to come.
Thank you, Rob. Dr. Salises, please initiate proceedings for the conferral of degrees.
Mr. President, it is my pleasant duty to introduce the several deans who, on behalf of their faculty, will recommend to you the conferment of degrees, indicating a successful completion of studies. This is a time of celebration for the candidates and their families. I know that our faculty join me in congratulating our students and in expressing our pride in them. Dr. John A. Bucci, Professor of Foundations of Education and Dean of the Feinstein School of Education and Human Development, will now present candidates for baccalaureate degrees within the school.
Will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees within the Feinstein School of Education and Human Development, please stand. Mr. President, I have the honor to present the class of 2001 candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science within the Feinstein School of Education and Human Development. Those candidates who have completed all requirements for the degrees are recommended to you by the faculty and the Board of Governors for Higher Education.
Members of the class of 2001, candidates for Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degrees, by virtue of the authority vested in me and with the concurrent action of the faculty of Rhode Island College and the Board of Governors for Higher Education, I confer upon those of you who have completed the appropriate requirements the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science with all of their associated rights, privileges, and honors, and will now present you with your diplomas.
Will the audience please refrain from applause until all degrees have been awarded? Edgar Aguero. David Albert. Alexandra Arias. Charlene Bajan, summa cum laude. Kyle Blanchette. Michelle A. Blanchette, cum laude. Charlotte R. Beauclair, cum laude. Lauren E. Brown, cum laude. Nicole M. Bucker, summa cum laude. Susan G. Burrett, cum laude. Sylvie N. Claremont. Michelle M. DeBroom. David M. DeKonsky. Jacqueline J. Fisher, cum laude. Tyler B. Francis, cum laude. Anthony Francisco. Sharon A. Franco, summa cum laude. Dawn M. Gassior, cum laude. Catherine B. Gately, cum laude. Lisa O. Gregoire, cum laude. Mary Ann Gregory, magna cum laude. Christine M. Grimaldi. Catherine C. Helwig. Sarah E. Hutchings, cum laude. Pompeia S. Imonde, summa cum laude. Nancy E. Irons. Charles H. Jackson, Jr., summa cum laude. Christina M. James. Christiana V. Johnson, cum laude. Victoria Konovalenko, magna cum laude. Maria C. Lancelota, cum laude. Meredith T. LeBlanc. Gina K. Malanga, cum laude. Deborah J. Marasco, cum laude. Susan K. Marchetti, magna cum laude. Lena P. Martell. Christopher C. Martineau. Celeste M. Massey, cum laude. Patricia M. McPherson, cum laude. Jessica L. Mitchell. Rosemary Moranta, magna cum laude. Stephen R. Morrison. Catherine A. Nassif. Sherry L. Nassi, magna cum laude. Jill L. Noswo. Brian J. Palazzo, cum laude. Karina L. Pinto de Chacon. Peter A. Prendergast, cum laude. Gretchen Prue, summa cum laude. Tracy L. Rafferty, cum laude. Thank you very much. Anibal Raposo, cum laude. Julie M. Ritchie, summa cum laude. Bridget A. Richardson. Jessica Robitaille. Christina Rodriguez, magna cum laude. Kimberly A. Rossi. Amy B. Salustio, magna cum laude. Maria L. San Martino. Melissa A. Saro, cum laude. Mary Kennedy Scanlon, magna cum laude. Sharon M. Silva, cum laude. Laura M. Spence, cum laude. Kim Lei Sun, cum laude. Suzanne Vieira, cum laude. John A. Walsh III. Denise M. Adams. Cheryl G. Alvarez. Colleen V. Amaral, magna cum laude. Shani M. Andela, cum laude. Sandra N. Arnold, cum laude. Jessica B. Arrighi, summa cum laude. Nellie Aruda, cum laude. Darcy E. Ungst, summa cum laude. Dennis M. Austin, Jr. Alicia D. Barry. Louise R. Boudreau. Sharon D. Belkin. Rebecca E. Binns, cum laude. Christine T. Byron, cum laude. Rachel L. Bodner, magna cum laude. Kim Bolano, magna cum laude. Paula C. Borges. Maria J. Bouchard. Angela L. Briggs, cum laude. Kristen M. Brown. Sandra J. Brown, cum laude. John Buss III, cum laude. Deidre R.B. Camp. Tricia S. Cardillo, cum laude. Carrie A. Chassis, cum laude. Stephen P. Clark. Donna M. Coder, magna cum laude. John J. Cohen. Thomas P. Conlon, summa cum laude. Tanya A. Costa. Jacqueline E. Quatermash, summa cum laude. Keith E. Croft. Tara M. Cruden, magna cum laude. Tiffany L. David, cum laude. Megan M. Davis, cum laude. Daniel E. De Cristofaro, cum laude. Christopher T. DeFraga. Miss Melissa A. Del Negro, magna cum laude. Robin M. Del Ponte, cum laude. Angela E. Denofa. Kristen L. Devereaux, magna cum laude. Maria D. Mascio. Dawn M. DiPetrillo, summa cum laude. Keith R. Doucette. Kelly J. Downs. Tracy A. Drolette. Lindsay L. Dufault, cum laude. Melanie A. Dupuy. Sabrina J. Dworkin, cum laude. Kelly E. Egan, cum laude. Olteri E. O. Elamo. Kimberly A. Udy. Sandra G. Farrell. Sharon Ferrara, summa cum laude. Patricia J. Ferreira. Brian C. Feinberg, cum laude. Brenda L. Folger, cum laude. Stacy A. Falansby. Jenna L. Fournier, magna cum laude. Holly E. Gallipo, cum laude. Deborah J. Garno, cum laude. Bethany Ann Govin, cum laude. Carrie B. Jalinas, cum laude. Nikki M. Garapi. Jessica L. Jenga. Lisa A. Gershkoff. Jennifer J. Gilbert, magna cum laude. Mary B. Goosey, cum laude. Carrie L. Graham. Kathleen B. Hagan, cum laude. Heather R. Hall. Thomas A. Hargraves. David S. Harrington, cum laude. Tricia Honworth. Richard J. Hefferman, Sr., summa cum laude. Joan Hensler, magna cum laude. Eileen Holman, summa cum laude. Bethany Iakai, magna cum laude. Tracy Ewick, cum laude. Jacqueline E. Jamrose. Rachel E. Giacovelli. Philomena Piccolino Johnston, cum laude. Melissa R. Jones, magna cum laude. Robert E. Carnes. Tammy A. Keefe. Courtney M. Kelly, cum laude. Aaron K. Kelly. Heather Jean Clarkars. Janet J. LaChapelle, cum laude. Catherine L. Leduc, cum laude. Tanya M. LaForge, cum laude. Michelle M. Lambero, magna cum laude. Carrie M. Langlois. Christy A. Lanzi. Jennifer J. LaPlume, cum laude. Honoria F. Lopes. Carol E. Lucier, cum laude. Kerry L. McVitie, cum laude. George G. Malian. Diane W. Martin, cum laude. Kelly L. Martin. Elena M. Massimino. Dawn M. McCormick, magna cum laude. Joy A. McCormick. Tammy B. McGill, cum laude. Matthew J. Medina. Jennifer L. Mello, cum laude. Celeste A. Messier. Christine M. Monahan, cum laude. Alyssa Moore.
Thank you very much.
Patricia E. Moorhead, cum laude.
He said he was going to do it.
Pamela A. Molico, magna cum laude. Mia Nocera, cum laude. Tracy D. Novoselsky. Thomas P. O'Connell, cum laude. Dawn K. O'Connell, forte. Aaron M. O'Connor. Diana L. Ouellette, magna cum laude. Maria M. Pace, cum laude. Gina M. Parry, magna cum laude. Laura M. Perfetto. Aaron R. Perkins. Paul M. Petit. Diane Pinto. Sarah L. Poland, magna cum laude. Julianne Pollock, cum laude. Patrick Pendergrast, cum laude. Melanie L. Prue. Melissa R. Provincial. Jennifer L. Ratchko. Lana J. Raza, cum laude. Arlene E. Rebello, cum laude. David M. Regine. Claire M. Restivo, cum laude. Pamela Reinhardt, magna cum laude. Kelly A. Ricciardi. Gina M. Rivera, cum laude. Kerry A. Robertson. Tanya L. Sagid. Andrea S. Saran, cum laude. Leah M. Saro. Joanne M. Schondeck, magna cum laude. Brandy Scott, cum laude. Cheryl L. Sexton, magna cum laude. Jessica M. Shore. Aaron E. Sherman. Melissa J. Sherman. Amy J. Seidlinger, magna cum laude. Kerry A. Silverman, cum laude. Tasha M. Sylvia, cum laude. Jennifer M. Smith, cum laude. Susan Keegan Smith, summa cum laude. Amanda A. Suave, magna cum laude. Michelle F. Spinola, magna cum laude. Jenna A. Stevenson, cum laude. Nicole A. St. Germain, cum laude. Tammy C. Sweeney, cum laude. Erica L. Tanfani. Melissa L. Torresano, cum laude. Shelley L. Tavares, magna cum laude. Kerry A. Taylor, cum laude. Joseph G. Tester, cum laude. Heather Thorburn, magna cum laude. Stephen P. Tingle, cum laude. Amilcar A. Toj. Denise R. Tondro, magna cum laude. Nicole I. Tondro, magna cum laude. Gregory D. Tripp. Laurie A. Tubman, cum laude. Sharon A. Usher, cum laude. Krista M. Van Dale, summa cum laude. Constance M. Walensky. Michael Waterman, cum laude. Suzanne P. Wilson, cum laude. Sheila W. Wooten, magna cum laude. Sarah P. Ying. Hillary L. Zajdek. John J. McDonald.
Dr. George Mitri, Professor of Social Work and Dean of the School of Social Work, will present candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Social Work.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present the class of 2001 candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Social Work. Those candidates who have completed all requirements for the degree are recommended to you by the faculty and the Board of Governors for higher education.
Members of the class of 2001, candidates for the Bachelor of Social Work degree, by virtue of the authority vested in me and with the concurrent action of the faculty of Rhode Island College and the Board of Governors for higher education, I confer upon those of you who have completed the appropriate requirements the Bachelor of Social Work degree with all of its associated rights, privileges, and honors, and will now present you with your diplomas.
Will the audience please refrain from applause until all degrees have been awarded? Rebecca J. Akers. Sarah R. Andrade, cum laude. Carrie L. Io. Matthew M. Boucher. Jill P. Bullock. Melissa J. Colkins, cum laude. Jean A. Campbell, magna cum laude. Heather A. Carlson. Lois A. Caldwell. Pamela J. DeMuth, magna cum laude. Kimberly A. Gollin. Christopher R. Guest. Jean P. Harrison. Kevin I. Hathaway. Tracy J. Howarth. Robin L. Ishafano, summa cum laude. Tracy L. Johnson. Cicely K. Jones. Heidi A. Jordan. Henry J. Lopes. Lucinda T. Loring. Marissa A. McGiacomo. Lita C. McGovern. Shirley M. McKenna. Gina M. Miranda, cum laude. Jacqueline S. Murphy. Jennifer Palma. Venia L. Ribolo. Julie B. Reeves. Sarah R. Rodriguez. Shauna E. Sawyer. Christine M. Sylvia, cum laude. Sarah J. Tibbetts. Carrie L. Travers. Roxanne M. Trentuso. Maya Y. Vang.
Dr. James A. Schweikart, Professor of Accounting and Director of the Center for Management and Technology, will present candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science.
Will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the Center for Management and Technology please stand? Mr. President, I have the honor to present the class of 2001 candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science. Those candidates who have completed all requirements for the degree are recommended to you by the faculty and by the Board of Governors for Higher Education.
Members of the class of 2001, candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science, by virtue of the authority vested in me and with the concurrent action of the faculty of Rhode Island College and the Board of Governors for Higher Education, I confer upon those of you who have completed the appropriate requirements the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degrees with all of their associated rights, privileges, and honors, and will now present you with your diplomas.
Will the audience please refrain from applause until all degrees have been awarded? Matthew R. Clegg. Ann P. Devcoda. Emmanuel Jean Charles. Doris Martinez. Robert C. Pyers, magna cum laude. Mark C. Pora, cum laude. Amy E. Verhoost. Kelly A. Adams. Luigi Agostini. Dina I. Almeida. Rodolfo J. Alvarez. Paul N. Amaral. Beverly Andrade. Stephen D. Aubin. Alan P. Olson. Kimberly S. Bocage. Robert J. Beauregard. Gregory A. Berthium. Elizabeth D. Bernstad, cum laude. Stephanie N. Booth, cum laude. Manuel Botello. Robin Boudreau. Marie F. Borgery, summa cum laude. Jennifer M. Brunel. Patricia A. Buchanan. Wendy V. Caraballo. David J. Carnevale. Brian K. Chan. Jonathan A. Cody. Keith B. Kudo, cum laude. William J. Conroy, magna cum laude. Jennifer L. Coop. Marie Corselli. David T. DeAngelis. Joseph R. DeRosa. Travis J. Dickey. Mamadou M. Diop. Daniel T. Dupree. Deborah L. Ferguson, summa cum laude. Alan D. Ferreira. Mamadou Gadaja. Stephanie Gallo, cum laude. Jason D. Gauthier. Cher M. Gervais. Jason J. Giroux. William Goodrich II. Anna M. Gregori. Juan A. Gutierrez, cum laude. Todd P. Hessian. Kevin A. Jamro, cum laude. Greg Johnson. Aaron E. Julian. Angel Kazanjian. Ravi Kumar, cum laude. Sashi Kumar, cum laude. Kevin J. Laird. Troy D. Lambert. Robert J. Lanzieri. Keith Lazarski. Thukdu D. Lay. Paul M. Luis, cum laude. Kevin W. McNeil, summa cum laude. Lisa A. Maha. Francisco A. Manuel. Christopher Mayer. Daniel M. McCabe. Kevin P. McKenna. Andy Owusu Secre. Jennifer Parisi, magna cum laude. Sally N. Payne, cum laude. Antonella Perishino. Lauren E. Petraka. Tammy R. Petricone, cum laude. Paula L. Rich, cum laude. Pierre A. Ridor. Jacqueline M. Rousseau. David A. Salvatore. Kaylee R. Savage. Jennifer Soares. Jacqueline Terrell. Evelyn F. Unlu. Joanna M. Vecchio. Cheryl L. Vieira. Suzanne M. Walsh. Jill M. Waterman. And Jonathan K. Williams. Congratulations.
Dr. Richard R. Wiener, Professor of Political Science and Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Sciences, will present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees within the Faculty of Arts and Sciences.
Will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees within the Faculty of Arts and Sciences proudly rise? Mr. President, I have the honor to present the class of 2001 candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of General Studies, Bachelor of Music and Performance, and Bachelor of Science within the Faculty of Arts and Sciences. Those who have completed all requirements for the degrees are recommended to you by the faculty and by the Board of Governors for Higher Education.
Members of the class of 2001, candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of General Studies, Bachelor of Music and Performance, and Bachelor of Science. By virtue of the authority vested in me and with the concurrent action of the faculty of Rhode Island College and the Board of Governors for Higher Education, I confer upon those of you who have completed the appropriate requirements the degrees for which you are qualified, with all of their associated rights, privileges, and honors, and will now present you with your diplomas.
Will the audience please refrain from applause until all degrees have been awarded? Are we ready? Here we go. Alicia Abdalian. Michelle Alborg, cum laude. Tracy Albarnaz. Eric Allard. Heather Allen, magna cum laude. Joseph Allen, cum laude. Stephanie Altieri. Carrie Ann Altruda. Martha Alvarez. Jessica Alves. Lindsay Amaral. Carlos Andrade. Joshua Araujo. Airson. Susan Aruda. Deborah J. Ash, summa cum laude. Suet Peak O'Young. Nicole O'Clair, cum laude. Theodore J. August IV. John Aviziniz. Esther Aziz. Daniel Ajnavourian. Cynthia Linda Bana. Jill Bano. Lori Barilli. David Barr, Jr., cum laude. Linda Barron. Jimmy Batista. Gregory Battle, cum laude. Robin Beardsley. Russell Beauchemin. Jennifer Baudouin. Deborah Begnami, magna cum laude. Todd Belcher. Lance Bennett, Jennifer Bissett, Ansel Bayo, cum laude, Richard Bacchini, Heather Bolenis, Edward Botello, summa cum laude, Michael Botvin, cum laude, Adam Branch, Nicole Briganti, John Broship, Michelle Brousseau, Gloria Burkhoff, Catherine Burkhart, Liz Caballero, Corinne Cabral, cum laude, Eric Caderet, Karen Caesar, magna cum laude, Kerry Campbell, Madeline Capasso, Mark Cardillo, Justin Carley, summa cum laude, Karen Carpenter, Melissa Carpenter, Donald Carrara, Anne Marie Carrera, Christine Caruolo, Molly Champagne Seward, Anita Chase, summa cum laude, Jonathan Cheney, Stephen Cheney, Melda Sinar, Rebecca Clark, Rebecca E. Clark, Ryan Clifton, Lisa Coelho, Frederick Collins, Tanya Collins, Melanie Conca, Christopher Conley, cum laude, David Connors, Ali Michelle Conti, Sarah Conway, Erin Cooney, Susan Copley, magna cum laude, Heather Cornell, Moira Costigan, cum laude, Brandon Cota, Jennifer Courtney, magna cum laude, Colleen Cunningham, Delia Kurt, Emily Daniels, Timothy Dannenfelser, cum laude, Yolanda De Silva, Jonathan Davies, Gabriela de Avila, Melissa De Barros, Jennifer De Costa, Alicia Del Fronzo, cum laude, Christine Del Fruscio, Matthew De Grucci, cum laude, Justin Delaire, magna cum laude, Robert DeLillo III, Jessica Del Signore, Jennifer De Simone, Ronald De Simone, Julie Ann Dick, Lori Lee Dillon, Jennifer DeNola, magna cum laude, Joanne DeRamo, magna cum laude, Michael Dooley, Jennifer Doucette, Jeffrey Jury, summa cum laude, Sean Drywa, cum laude, Jehu Duncan, Noah Dunn, cum laude, Roland Edward, Sasha Elms, cum laude, Stephanie Enos, Wendy Erickson, cum laude, Michelle Farnioli, Lauren G. Feldman, K.C. Fenton, Daniel Fayro, cum laude, Heather Fink, magna cum laude, Cara Fontaine, Jennifer Francis, Jack Francisco Jr., Susan Fritas, Bethany Gieber, Daniel Gendro, summa cum laude, Kevin Gibbs, Stephen Gerard, magna cum laude, Carrie Goldsmith, Robert Gosselin, Donna Guzzi, Tracy Grady, Jennifer Green, Gerard Grifka, Todd Hallowell, Anne Frances Hamill, magna cum laude, Christine Hannon, Cynthia Hardman Lopes, Yolanda Harley, Jessica Harris, cum laude, Richard Hart Jr., Robert Heel, Erin Heelan, summa cum laude, Lynn Henderson, Claudia Hernandez, Willametta Hill, Sarah Hoisington, Bridget Holland, Tetsuya Honda, Kelly Hornoff, Amanda Houle, Stephanie Housley, Dennis Ianotti, Joseph Iotzi, Azadeh Jaber, Brenda James, cum laude, Christy M. Jewell, Nicole Johnson, Jennifer Jutras, cum laude, Victoria Kalnitis, Devon Kelly, Melissa Kerwin, Jerry John Kesman, Nikki Kettle, Jessica Costulius, cum laude, Courtney Labby, cum laude, Joseph Lebrec, magna cum laude, Brian Legace, Thomas Lama, Jill Lamoureux, Rita Lancelata, Courtney Langello, magna cum laude, Jennifer Langton, Virginia Langton, cum laude, Donald Lannon Jr., magna cum laude, Maureen Lepre, magna cum laude, Amy Lavoie, cum laude, Mark Lehman, Helena Light, Justin Lemery, Jessie Lepre, Rebecca Lavasseur, cum laude, Erica Levesque, cum laude, Alexandra Lewis, Thomas Lewis, Yale Ron Liang, Olively Lima, Samuel Lopez, Anne Lorenko, Jason Lorenko, Nicole Lucier, cum laude, Diana Lutz, cum laude, Heather Madrid, cum laude, Louis Madrid, David Major, cum laude, Mirella Makloff, Judy Malpino, Julianne Mandeville, Brian Manny, Sabina Matos, Celeste McCallum, cum laude, Keith McCarthy, Melissa McLaughlin, cum laude, Kathleen McMahon, Robert McNellis, magna cum laude, Ryan J. McNellis, magna cum laude, Kerry Mello, Stephanie A. Mello, Thomas J. Mello, magna cum laude, Carmen Menard, Judy Messalella, Michelle Metivier, Corey Munier, Kristen Miga, summa cum laude, Christiana Millet, cum laude, Christina Milner, Kimberly Moniz, magna cum laude, Sonia Montanari, April Emma Moore, Christopher Paul Moore, Douglas J. Moore, Cindy Morera, cum laude, Maureen Muir, Matthew Mullaney, Maureen Mulligan, Peter Mosaru, cum laude, Tesanya Nidem, summa cum laude, Jamie Nardolillo, cum laude, Brian Nason, Scott Newsom, Daniel Norton, summa cum laude, Kyle Norton, cum laude. Lauren Nizio. Shelley Olbaum. Toyi Ogundipi, summa cum laude. Oriolua Ogunlisi. Raphael Okelola. Melody Olzak. Kendra Olfos. Teme Tupe Olakoya. Jenna O'Rourke. Alicia Oster. Scott Paliotti. Christine Panicia. Robert Paula Jr. Georgina Parascandola. James Pardee Jr. Alyssa Patterson. Michael Patty. Liz Anna Pernarella. Dennis Pinot. Sabrina Pires. Lenore Plant. Melissa J. Plant. Lynn Poreka. Matthew Pearson. Joshua Perry, magna cum laude. Kelly Peterson. Jennifer Petrine. Jessica Pizzulo. Audrey Porter. Rebecca Post. Jersey Prachniak. Julie Proul, cum laude. Wendy Puccino. Susan L. Puleo. Erin Rafa. Evelyn Ramos. Yolanda G. Ramos. Jennifer Rasmussen. Lucille Riccitelli, cum laude. Shannon Reardon. Alicia Robinson. Joan M. Robinson. David Romano. Agnieszka Rosner. Kerry Rossi, summa cum laude. Melissa Rotella. Erin Russo. Gina D. Russo. Ovile Salcedo. Kamsoth Sun. Rhoda Sanchez. Marie Sunda. Sherry Scarduzio. Kelly Schimmel, magna cum laude. Jessica Shondek, cum laude. Ryan Senecal, cum laude. Pamela Sinisi Cook, magna cum laude. Jennifer Serpa. Miata Sharp. Amy Shore, cum laude. Jeffrey Shuttlesworth, posthumously. Accepting this degree is Michael Shuttlesworth. Raymond Seamus. Megan Smith. Stephen Smith. Sharon Soares. Danielle Sokri. Lissalette Solano. Miguel Souza. Daniel Spiro, magna cum laude. Joseph Steiner III. Bethany Stone. Keely Subin. Kristen Sylvia. Brian Tate. Antonia Tavares. Jill A. Tavares. Julie Texera, cum laude. Jessica Lee Tempest. Pamela Thistlethwaite, summa cum laude. Michelle Tondro, cum laude. Jill Torini. Bernice Tremblay, cum laude. Nisi Tremblay, cum laude. Cheryl Turchetta. Alvaro Vargas. Amanda Vettalino. Christina Vieira. Andrea Volpi, cum laude. Kio Vongvile. Jeffrey Walker, cum laude. Gina Waterman. Bethany Watson. Charles Wedderburn. Linda Wheeler Omiunu. Jeremy Whitty. Nathan Wilcox. James Williams. Gianna Williams. Beth Windsor. Eric Volgamuth, magna cum laude. Holly Wozniak. Wendelin F. Verona. Melissa A. Yuski, cum laude. Lisa Zagarella, magna cum laude. Michael J. Zampa. Okay. Bachelor of Fine Arts. Mary Claire Bergen, summa cum laude. Gregory Jamil, cum laude. Megan Paddock. Corey Sylvia. Elizabeth Adams. This is the degree of Bachelor of General Studies. Elizabeth Adams. Carol Bowling. Lisa Generelli, cum laude. Deborah Y. Griffin, posthumously accepting this degree, Morris Griffin. Lisa A. Proctor. John Thomas Trafford. The Bachelor of Music and Performance, Thomas Casale, cum laude. John Denowitz, cum laude. Glenn Schneider, cum laude. Bachelor of Science, Melissa Adams. Kimberly Aglione, cum laude. Mariellis Agostini. Grace Amaro. Stella Amoa. Kristen Angela, cum laude. Stacy Archambault. Deborah Altiello, cum laude. Susan Acevedo. Heather Bader. Barbara Badio. William Balsamo. Fatima Bernardo, cum laude. Rose Biron. Jean Batone. Jenny Bowering, cum laude. Nicole Braddock. Sarah Buck. Michelle Caparelli. Elise Caro, cum laude. Stephanie Clark. Nicole Copolino. Paul Correa. Christine Costa. Ryan Cunningham. Kevin Deneau, summa cum laude. Annette Darazzo, magna cum laude. Una Dave Tian. David Dawson. Shayna De Cesare. Emily De Grace. Alicia DeRoy, magna cum laude. Deborah Deco. Sharon Dunkel. Christine Dwyer. Larissa Anton. Kerry Escobar. Ada Eziyama. Melina Faulkner. Diane Ferreira. Lisa Ferry. Julie Farrow. Maria Fontes. Liani Foster. Thelma Franco. Nolia Fritas. Mark Furtado. Nicole Furtado, cum laude. Carol Garcia. Anna Gomes, cum laude. Nancy Green. Jennifer Haggerty, cum laude. Tanya Hamilton. Sada Hassan. Jennifer Jack. Hannah Jones. Jillian Keenan. Sarah Curia. Bonnie Kuziak, summa cum laude. Sherry Leferrier. Gary Lamontagne. Susan Lemieux, cum laude. Lynn Larish, magna cum laude. Julia Liu. Julia Lutsky. Lisa Macedo. Allison Mulbarn. Timothy Marcotte. Brenda Marino, cum laude. Melissa Marquez. Asia Martin. Martha Martinelli, cum laude. Paulette McAlpine. Marisa Meneses, cum laude. Bethany Mary. Idella Michaud. Kelly Mooney, cum laude. Susanna Mura. Dani Nem. Carol O'Donnell, cum laude. Lori Pappas. Michelle Polo. Martha Perez. Amy Perron, summa cum laude. Nicole Pichet, cum laude. Rosa Pina. Leona Goodridge Port. Kelly Price. Jennifer Puleo. Tracy Reynolds. Barbara J. Richards. Jennifer Rodericks. Gloria Rose, cum laude. Jana Rowe. Fritz Lane Roy. Bernadette Socosio, cum laude. Jennifer Sargent, summa cum laude. Beverly Silva. Judy Simmerer. Mark Simos. James Soler. Anna Sousa, cum laude. Sunshine L. Souza. Jill St. Jean. Jennifer Swanson, cum laude. Brian Thornton. Patricia Threets. Jamie Valente. Stray S. Virak. Robin Watson, magna cum laude. Stephanie White, cum laude. Amy Whitfield. Kyung Winkler, magna cum laude. Pauline Windsor Harward, last and certainly not least. The Faculty of Arts and Sciences wishes all of you love and bon voyage.
Was that for Arts and Sciences, or was that for everybody? That's better. For everybody. Congratulations. I still see some tassels on the right. You have the privilege of now wearing it on the left. Means you have graduated. At this time, I call upon Judy Roy, member of the class of 1974 and president of the Rhode Island College Alumni Association, to bring you greetings from the association. Judy?
Will the graduates please rise? I bring you greetings from the association, which represents the more than 42,000 living alumni of Rhode Island College. On behalf of the Board of the Alumni Association, and by virtue of the receipt of a Rhode Island College degree today, I hereby induct you all into the Rhode Island College Alumni Association. Congratulations. And leave you with this thought. Your degree in the future will be only as good as the college that awarded it. Continue to support and advance your college, financially, politically, emotionally, and in spirit. Be active alumni who care about the college. Help to guarantee that it will be strong for those who follow you, just as those who have paved the way before you have done. Best wishes to you all. Please be seated.
Now that you are seated, would you let me invite the graduates to stand once more? That's it. And I ask you to applaud and to acknowledge those who have helped you reach this milestone: your parents, faculty, family members, the college faculty, staff, and administration. We all share in your pride of accomplishment and trust that you will uphold the honor of this institution. May you find much success in all the days ahead. Congratulations and Godspeed. At the processional which began today's ceremony, the Del Sesto Mace was carried by Dr. Alice Bell Robotsky, member of the Executive Committee of the Council of Rhode Island College, which represents all of the faculty of the college. The mace will be carried in the recessional by Judy Roy. This traditional change of mace bearer represents a symbolic passing on of responsibility from the faculty to the Alumni Association, into which you have just been inducted. Following the singing of the college alma mater, please remain at your seats during the recessional so that the procession may leave, whereupon I declare this commencement to be concluded. Where's the band?
us free. We cherish